Oh. Eat it.
I can't.
You're a fifth columnist and a bad man. We're gonna kill you.
No, it's not true. You can't kill me. Oh, no! No, don't shoot! I won't tell the Japanese, I swear it!
All through the summer and fall of 1942, we were constantly on the lam, never knowing from one hour to the next where we'd end up. More and more Japs had come into the Philippines, and their patrols were never idle. Bamboo Americans, the Filipinos called us, as we began to look more and more like a bunch of scarecrows and cutthroats. As yet, the idea of fighting back, of killing Japs, frankly, had not even occurred to us. We were too busy just keeping alive. But there was mounting restlessness among us. We were beginning to become unraveled and at loose ends.
I figure if there hasn't been any slip-up, the government owes me close to $800 in back pay. $796.46 to be exact.
You should live to spend it.
I aim to. I haven't been peddling gas back home all these years to let that jerk cousin of mine take over. I got a lot picked out right on the best corner in Pocatello.
Yakety, yakety, yak. We'll be ducking around these woods the rest of our life. Ain't that right, Palmer?
Not me. I'm a city boy myself. This country life's beginning to get me down. I'm for heading north again.
Back to where we started from?
Possible. A little closer around the ears, Mac.
Hey, I never thought of this. Suppose the government figures I'm dead and gives all that back pay to that jerk cousin of mine. They can't do it. I'll sue 'em. I will. I'll sue 'em.
Stop patrol! Stop patrol!
Look from each.
Haskey, Osborne, keep me covered.
That was the first moment of real satisfaction we had had in 7.5 months. We'd killed our first Japs.
Sometimes you probably thought that the people back in America had forgotten you. But you're wrong. MacArthur will be back one of these days, and he'll drive the Japs clear out of these islands, right back where they belong.
What's all this?
Meanwhile, we Americans who are already here, we've decided that it's up to us to do whatever we can until MacArthur does get back. Of course, there aren't many of us, and we haven't got much to give. No guns, no bullets, no medicine, not even a place to sleep. Nothing but faith in what we're fighting for. The freedom of the Philippines! Now I'm going to ask my boys to pass among you. And if you love your country as much as we do, if you want your children and their children to be free, now's your chance to prove it. Give us the money to buy the things we need, and we'll do the rest.
Do you have any money to give for the free Philippines? Nothing at all? No money?
Hey, these guys got something.
Yeah, it looks like the real stuff.
Maybe. Let's go have a talk with him. Hey, soldier.
Hiya.
Palmer's my name. I'm Navy. Most of the other fellows are Army. We figured that if you were getting a real war started, why, we'd sort of like to join in with you.
Sorry, we're not taking any enlistments right now. Maybe later on, if things work out, why, we'll find a spot for you. See you, boys. Hey, Mac! What a swell bunch of patriots. Look at this junk. Shut up. Let's get out of here. Viva los Filipinos!
Phonies.
Phonies?
Somebody always tries to make a buck out of every war.
Well, of all the dirty, low-down rackets.
No wonder they don't want no one muscling in.
Now listen. We're getting nowhere. Look at us. Speaking for myself, I've run just as far as my legs are going to carry me. Now, I still have about 200 pesos left. What do you say that we try to find another boat and take a crack again at Australia?
Nothing doing. Count me out, brother. Me too.
Okay. You can do as you please, but if I find a banca, I'm getting out of here.
One moment, please. You spoke just now of a boat in which to go to Australia. Perhaps I can be of assistance.
Oh, I see. You have a boat you want to sell.
It is not wise to speak here in the square, senor. No one knows who may be a fifth columnist. If you'll come to my home in an hour. Here is my address. We will talk. Good day, gentlemen.
Hey, how do we know this Joe's not a fifth columnist himself?
We don't. Oh, Senor Martinez?
Please, gentlemen, you're expected. Gentlemen, will you please wait here?
Thank you.
Hey, Chuck. Get a load of this. Isn't that her?
Yes, it is.
You?
I had no idea. I often wondered. Well, it's nice to see you again, Mr. Palmer. Both of you.
I can't get over it. I was just trying to figure out how to get in touch with you. We just got back into town and...
Well, we're expecting someone, a naval officer.
Well, I admit I hardly look like a naval officer.
Won't you come in?
Thank you.
Auntie, Luke, it's Mr. Palmer.
Mr. Palmer.
Good afternoon, Senora. It's nice to see you again. May I present Jim Mitchell?
Senor.
Hello.
And this is my cousin, Senora Romero. Mr. Palmer, Mr. Mitchell.
How do you do?
Very well, senor. And my son, too, thanks to you. If my husband were here, he would wish to thank you, too. But he was in Bataan.
It's nice to know you at last.
Thank you.
We have often thought of you, senor, but you left for Australia.
Well, I'm afraid we didn't get very far, though. The monsoons hit us the third day out.
But the Lord has been gracious. You are alive and well.
As alive as one can be. Hiding in the hills.
Ah, senores, you found my place. I didn't have an opportunity to introduce myself in the square. I'm Juan Martinez.
I'm Chuck Palmer, and this is Jim Mitchell.
Hello, senor.
Senor?
Juan, Mr. Palmer is the American officer who helped us when Maria took her to the hospital.
Oh. Well, then you already know my wife and family. I've long wished to thank you, Mr. Palmer. We are deeply in your debt.
Oh, it's
My wife has told me many times about you, how kind you were.
Well, to tell you the truth, Senor Martinez, I didn't know that your wife was... Well, your wife. To me, she was just a beautiful lady in distress. You spoke about a boat.
Oh, yes, the boat. I have made arrangements for you to meet the one man that can advise you. He's some distance away. Shall we go?
Whenever you're ready. But is this...
Oh, that's all right. We'll take care of that.
Fine. Well, it's nice to have seen you again, Senora.
This way, please.
Good luck again to both of you.
Goodbye.
So long.
Thank you.
Colonel de Malanta, these are the Americans about whom I spoke. Ensign Palmer and Senor Mitchell of the American Navy.
Why do you wish to go to Australia?
So that we can rejoin our outfit, or what's left of it, and get back into the war.
You realize that our waters are patrolled by the Japanese? That what you suggest is extremely dangerous.
Well, I know we'd be taking a chance, Colonel, but I don't see much difference in that and being chased all over lately.
I shall be very glad to advise you where to get a boat, gentlemen. If, in exchange, you will do me and the cause of Filipino freedom a great service.
You name it, Colonel.
I have received word that a certain Colonel Phillips of the United States Army has organized guerrillas in Mindanao and has been in contact with General MacArthur. And he's attempting to unify all guerrilla activities in the Philippines. So far, I've been unable to communicate with Colonel Phillips to let him know that we here on Leyte are prepared to join in the undertaking. It's an extremely difficult journey. First, one must go by water across the Gulf of Leyte and overland through the Diwata Mountains and into the jungles where Colonel Phillips is believed to have set up headquarters. I have sent 3 of my men to contact him, and all have failed. If you, an American officer, and your friend will undertake this mission, I'm sure Colonel Phillips will find a way to send you on to Australia.
You drive a hard bargain, Colonel.
I have no choice. I must contact Colonel Phillips.
What do you say, Jim?
At least